etc. Just a ramble, a beer whisper ramble. It relaxes me while I'm working, but I also enjoy hearing about the creator I watch, learning a little about them as a person, who they are, what they got going on, you know. So I'm gonna whisper about this past weekend. Me and my man went on a baby free. Yes, you heard that correctly. A baby free little date night. So I thought I would tell you all about it. Okay. I am going to put on a little of my lip oil, as my lips are dry as hell. Y'all. Look at that shine, y'all. Look at that shine. Here, you might as well take a little bit. It's too good not to try here. There you go. Just spread it. Rub it in. Rub it in. It has been so cold in North Carolina. It actually snowed last week, and the snow stuck around for 2 whole days. My yard was white. I'll try to insert some videos of that and different things I talk about in this video. For y'all. But it's finally, seems like it's kind of warming up a little bit. I went outside today and I did not have to crank my car and let it warm up. It had been so cold that lately I've been having to crank it and let it, kind of de-thaw, but today I did not have to do that. It was just fine going right out to the car. Me and my son Remy, that is R-E-M-Y, Remy. He is 10 months old. We hopped in the car and went to the town over to get Dunkin'. I do not have a Dunkin' in my town directly. I have to drive. I also have to drive to go to the gym, because the closest gym that has a daycare is in that same town, which sucks. And also it is what it is. I like getting out the house and going for a drive. My son, for the most part, does really well in car rides. Obviously, he'll cry a little bit here and there, but I don't know if it's because since he was a baby, I was always throwing him in the car and going for a drive almost every day. I don't know if he's just used to it, or I just got lucky, because I know some babies don't like car rides, but he does fine. It's usually closer to on the way back. He starts getting a little ill because he starts getting tired, but I always have something playing so he kind of can listen to the music or whatever podcast I'm listening to. And I now have some toys that I leave in my car at all times. So he has a toy back there and his pacifier. And he can look out the window as we expand our family, we're obviously going to want something a little bit bigger. But for now, it is great. We have a yard for the dogs, fenced in yard, we fenced in. So, also as Remy starts to grow and get bigger, he'll have, a big yard to go out and play in, get outside. We own the land and we own the trailer, so, we're in a good spot. We're definitely blessed. I just know for our next home in the future, I want to be a little bit closer to town. Not too close, because me and him both grew up out in the country. Like when I go back home now to see my mom or dad, from their house, if you want to go to Walmart, if you want to go out to eat at fucking Chili's or Outback or go to the mall, you have to drive 25-30 minutes. That is normal to me. That was my whole childhood. You drove a good little distance to get somewhere, and it doesn't bother me at all. I just think with having kids, it'll make life a little easier to be a little bit closer. But if it was just me, I really don't care. It's pretty normal for me to have to drive. It's not that far, in my opinion. And I know a lot of my friends used to disagree because I had friends like in college who they would complain that we had to drive 10 minutes, 15 minutes across town to get to the gym or something. I'm like, y'all, that's nothing. 10, 15 minutes, like what are you complaining about? I used to drive 30 minutes to get to the gym. So, I'm used to driving. I don't really get too bothered. But anyways, I'm really making this a true whisper ramble and going on a lot of tangents. If you are here with me this far in, I hope you will like the video and leave a comment below. Let me know how far is too far to have to drive to go do your basic things, like go to the grocery store, why is that the only thing I can think of right now? Go grab something to eat. How far is too far to drive? But let me make it clear to y'all, I don't live that far from a town that has basic needs. Like I'm about 15 minutes from Aldi, from Walmart, from, basic fast food, Cookout, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. Like there's a bunch of stuff in the town where I'm at, but some of the things I really like, such as Dunkin', are not in this town. I have to drive about 25 minutes to another town. Or a gym, like we have a Planet Fitness here, but the Planet Fitness doesn't have a daycare, so I have to drive to another town to go to a gym that has a daycare. And that, I think, I'm petitioning for gyms to work on. Bring back daycares in gyms. Why do more gyms not have daycares? I don't know. I feel like there's boys went to Planet Fitness, but they don't have a freaking daycare. What am I gonna do? Let them crawl around on the floor at the gym? No, thank you. But we take about a 25-minute drive, but that is okay. That is okay. Found a really good gym that we have been liking. I went 3 days so far and done some weightlifting, and Remy did struggle on the first day. But as far as they have told me, the other 2 days he did not cry at all, which is great. I'm glad he is getting adjusted to it. Today I literally did nothing to my hair. I took a shower and washed it yesterday, so this is just the natural kinky waves that I have. I could not be bothered to do anything more today. I didn't sleep well last night, and it was totally my fault. 100% my fault. Because when they say it do be that damn phone, you know when people say that, it do be that damn phone, it really do be that damn phone. I'm working on my screen time. I'm trying to limit myself and stay off my phone, do less scrolling. I think I'm even going to put a limit, or like a time limit at night where, let's say, like 8:30 or 9 will be my time where I cut the phone scrolling off. Like, no more scrolling after 9 o'clock or something. Because I am ashamed to tell y'all. Hold on, there's a loud car. How ridiculous. Like, let me be a fucking bitch right now. Fucking ridiculous. Why do you have to be so loud with your car? Okay. Anyways, I have been doing really good the past few weeks, limiting my scrolling, not being on it too much at all during the day, just being really intentional with my phone use. And last night, I had a bad night with it. I sat down after dinner and started scrolling, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit here for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna get up and get busy, do some shit. I sat there and scrolled for probably an hour, and then I was like, okay, I do need to clean up the kitchen and everything, kind of, shut down the house, as they say. So I loaded up the dishwasher, wiped the counters, vacuumed. I did stop and do all that. But then I got into bed around 8 o'clock, and I scrolled. Oh my god. I think I blacked out. I scrolled and was watching videos for probably 2 or 3 hours. I'm really sad to say that. I am really sad to say that, because I haven't done that in a long time. I've been getting into the habit of every night eating dinner, and then my promise to myself is eat dinner and get right up, unless we're watching a show together, because some nights me and Jake will watch a show together while we eat. So in that is editing for an hour or so. And then I've been taking a shower at night and washing off. And some people might come for me and say, you don't shower at night usually. No. If I be real vulnerable and honest, I struggle. I struggle with taking care of myself. Especially after having a baby where, I mean, y'all, I wouldn't shower for like 5 days. Maybe more. A lot of times. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. But I've been working on myself and trying to better myself and get back to that person I want to be. And so I've made a goal to, like, every night just wash off real quick, just take a quick shower, and it's good to take care of myself, but it's also good for allergies apparently. And like just keeping your bed clean, you know, because if you get any allergens and things on you from the day, just washing it all off before you get into bed is really good. So I've been doing that. And then I've been getting into bed and reading on my Kindle, and then maybe popping in one ASMR, 2 ASMR videos before I finally go to sleep. That's been my kind of nightly routine. But last night I just fell off the wagon and I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled. I did not read, I did not shower, and so I went to bed way too late. I slept like shit, and I'm very disappointed in myself that I did that, but maybe you need to hear this, and I remind myself this all the time, and I'm going to remind myself now. We are human. We all fall off the bandwagon. All you can do is get up and start fresh tomorrow. It's a brand new day. We're not going to hold on to what we did yesterday and sit here and beat ourselves up over and over and over. Let it go. Let it go. And move on and give yourself that grace to start fresh today. Today. So, I am doing that for me. Today I'm starting fresh, and tonight we're gonna have a good night. But, yeah, I'm trying to be healthy and stuff, mentally and physically. Even when little things like that, I kind of think to myself, what would I want to teach my son to do when he falls off the bandwagon with whatever he's trying to do? Would I want him to sit there and beat himself up for days and spiral, or would I want him to get up tomorrow, forgive himself, move on, and start fresh? You know? So that can really be helpful with putting things into perspective, whether you have kids or not. Just kind of imagining, being like, what would I teach my kids to do in this situation? What would I want someone else to, you know, learn from me in this kind of situation if you are, you know, a role model for someone else? Because you might not have kids yet, but if you are planning to have them in the future, it's never too early to start building healthy habits in yourself so you can be a good example, you know. obstacle course in the air. And you get attached to this like harness system, and you have to go over the obstacles in the air. Do you know what I'm talking about? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. They have them at a lot of different places. This date night was actually my choosing of what we were gonna do, and I've done these obstacle course things probably 5 or 6 times over my life. It's kind of like the harness, and the wiring is kind of like doing a zip line almost. Like you get attached to this thing above your head, and you're all like held in by this harness. So if you fuck up on the obstacle and you fall, you don't, fall to the ground and die or hurt yourself. But even though you're all hooked into this harness, it is still very anxiety inducing because you're way above the ground. And yeah, I've done these 5 or 6 times over my life. I've been to different ones. There's one at this place called Wonderworks in Myrtle Beach. There was one at a zoo. I went to a zoo, I think in South Carolina, that had one. I did. I've been ziplining 2 or 3 times. I can't remember how many times I've been ziplining. At least 2 times, maybe 3. And usually zipline courses, a lot of times will have those obstacle course things as well. So I've done them there. There's just been quite a few times that I've done it. I still get very anxious, very nervous, but it's kind of like a fun adrenaline rush. You kind of push yourself to do something uncomfortable, and I find it fun, so I wanted to go. Jake went hesitantly. He did the obstacle course with me, but he hated every minute of it. He wasn't showing it in the moment, but he told me afterwards. He was like, I hated that so much. This place sucks. I never want to do this again. I was like, yeah, we'll be back. He's just not good with that kind of thing. I was super nervous as well, but I did it, and I always feel it just is fun. So I'll insert a few little videos in this. There was a few obstacles we avoided. There was one that I started to do, and then I backed up, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. But yeah, it was a fun little date night excursion, doing something a little different. I wanted to do something different than just eating and watching a movie. I wanted to switch it up. But then we went to our favorite sushi place in Raleigh. If you did not know, I lived with Jake in Raleigh. We lived in Raleigh for about, I think we had a 14-month lease at our apartment a couple years back. So yeah, we lived in Raleigh on Millbrook Road. If you know the road, we lived on Millbrook Road in a 2-bedroom apartment with our 2 dogs and 2 cats. So, to say the least, we went to the dog park a lot. I am no stranger to a freaking dog park. These days, we don't go very often because we live out in the country. country and they have their yard to run around in. But when we lived in Raleigh, we went to the dog park probably 5 days a week. I was always at the friggin' dog park. But yeah, there's a place in Raleigh called Orchid. That's ORCHID. Orchid. And it's a all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant, and it's so freaking good. Now, I will say, we hadn't been there in about a year or two, and I think it was still really, really good, but something had changed, and Jake said he noticed the chef that was usually back there was not there. So I hope he wasn't gone permanently. Maybe he just wasn't working that night, but something was a little off. It was still really, really good, but it was just a little bit off. But yeah, we did that. We left here about 1:30, got back around 10 p.m. that night, and just got to hang out and have fun. And it was much, excuse me, much needed for the soul. I'm thankful we have my mom and stepdad who can watch Remy. So I think in February we're going to plan another little date night. And I think we're going to actually just get a hotel and stay the night in Raleigh. Hopefully my mom will be cool with that. I didn't tell her the second part yet. I asked her about babysitting in February, but I didn't say anything about overnight. But I think she'll be fine with it. And we're debating inviting our couple friends or just going by ourselves. I don't know what will happen, but I think I'm gonna plan for us to go get some yummy food somewhere and then go check out this place called it's called the Party Shack. My nose is like running. I don't know why. But it's like an indoor golf course that is very unique. It's like the most unique golf course ever. And they serve alcohol, and I'm sure they're playing music in there, and it's just a place to go have some fun, have some drinks. And I think if we can have the opportunity to once in a while just leave for the night and come back the next morning, I would be happy to do that, because a break is nice. And yeah, I think moms and dads deserve a break, deserve to have some fun here and there. It's not like we go out every weekend. Far from it. Before this past weekend when we went out, I don't think we had been anywhere since the summer. It's probably been 4 or 5 months since the last time we went anywhere, which is totally fine, but I don't know. I know there's a balance, because you see some people who have kids and they, because I used to talk shit about these people, and you know what, I still do, let's be honest, but the people who have kids and they pawn them off every single weekend on their grandparents so they can go party or do whatever, that's a little excessive. Like, you need to get your shit together, in my opinion. But to go out one weekend every few months, I mean, I don't judge want to make content that you actually want to watch.